Welcome to Matt Bajerski YouTube channel. Need a shave, need a facial, need a facial. No you don't, you look rough and rugged. Did I ever tell you that in my village I used to walk two schnauzers and my wife used to like to put pink on them, and I used to say don't put pink on them. Now I'm back again. I'm divorced now, and we got another a doggy, and it's a poodle, and yeah, don't put pink on. Don't, no, not the tutu, not the tutu. Don't you understand what it does? My credibility, I haven't even got in it, now it's getting worse. Stop it. Calm down. Okay, today, you know what? Sometimes in life, some days are great, some days are good. All days are wonderful. Every day is a beautiful day, but just some days, some days are better than others. And today is that day. I kid you not. Now, if I walk out of this door and get run over by a bus, just don't tell anybody, just scratch this last line out. But today's great, guys. Why? Well, I've been working with crystals for 20 years now, and where do I start? Like, I can get a group of crystals, I can work with them for 4 or 5, 6 days, a week, sometimes 2 weeks, and then when I finish working them, think, okay, they're ready now, they've had at least 20 hours, 30 hours, whatever, these are amazing, they only needed 10 hours, or whatever, right, okay, ship them off. So I wrap them up and send them to Bali. Now, I've been doing that for years now, years. So in that process of doing it, I've got to be honest, I have never written down what I have or anything. I don't write it. I just wrap it up and ship it. It's gone. And I don't know when they're going to come back. I don't know what crystals they're going to work on. I've always said to there's 3 families now of master silversmiths. I said, look, whatever you want to work on, and then just send them. I give them the free range to just enjoy their life. I don't get upset, I mean, at times I say, oh, can you just change it slightly that way? But get on and do your job, and however you do it as if you're doing it for yourself. That's how I kind of see things, and I share that with them. Anyway, a box came, right? And sometimes when you just feel that this is just so in sync, so in line, so perfect that you're like, oh my God, did I have some of them left? So I'm going to show you what I had left and I didn't even know. They just arrived yesterday. Say hello. I know it's not a lot for me, but I stopped buying it because it's too expensive. But say hello to my final collection of Moldavite. Look! Oh, come closer. Come closer. There you go. This is what I've been used to for years. But why am I so excited? Because not only has the drive for Moldavite gone so huge in America that it's basically like gold dust now. This is a collection that I picked up personally from the Czech Republic. I went there myself and picked these up. So within these, there's one piece here. You can see it's much more vibrant, and that is, I think, just one piece. And this is from Bajerski. And Bajerski is famous for its hedgehog crystals, beautiful Moldavite hedgehogs. But they also have this kind of, I call them golden nuggets. They're like nuggets. And I have a few left on the website, and they're far more expensive than any of the Maliklum or any of the other places because they're just so exquisite. Energy-wise is the same as any other Moldavite, but they are exquisite in the sunlight and they do look beautiful as nuggets. So back then, which was years ago, when I bought these originally, the nuggets cost absolute fortune per gram, like 100 times more than any of the normal Moldavites. So yeah, just one piece there. Yeah, I mean, just exquisite. And then you've got your beautiful pieces, which I actually remember working on this one. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just incredible. And when you look at it, you think, oh, it's broke. It's not broke at all. That's its natural form. That is a Maliclum piece, and it's extraordinary. And then some finer, beautiful, finer and small, exquisite pieces from Clum. So you saw from Maliclum, and this is from Clum. And then you've got your nuggets, your teardrops, which are a lot more darker because they're so thick. I mean, that's thick, guys. That is really thick, and there's some weight in there. So that's a lot of money. But a lot more darker. The reason, can you see it's a lot more darker? Because it's thicker. The darker they get, the more thicker. So, you know, I've had pieces at 98 grams, and you look at it, and without a light, without shining a light into it, it looks very dark. Very beautiful, though. So yeah, just show you some of the beautiful pieces. Isn't that gorgeous? You just gotta love it, haven't you? I mean, what a surprise, what a treat. This is a kind of swivel, a twist in its tail. It's gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I mean, they're all so exquisite, right down to the tiniest piece, down to the little tiny slice. But look how gorgeous and delightful that is. It's a pretty powerful crystal, man, that. Oof. And then the little tiny chunks, which are just gorgeous little pebble type shape. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at the colour in that. Gorgeous. Again, you look at that and think it's chipped. It's not chipped. It's absolutely as it was created in Mother Earth. Just as it was meant to. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. No chips on that at all. Exactly as Mother Earth designed it. Gorgeous. I remember working on this piece, which I think this'll fly out. Isn't that just divine? Hey, look at that. Isn't that exquisite? It's a high quality piece. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous and very powerful to do healing work with that. Another gorgeous piece. Look at that. Oh, Mark, stop it. Tell us about Moldavite. I can't help it. I can't help it. Picking these from the Czech Republic and coming back and then getting them mounted in a beautiful mountain that you don't even see. That, if you are a silver jeweler, get rid of your ego, and if you're mounting crystals, focus on the crystal, not on your ego of how amazing you are. Look, you just see the crystal. The mountain is beautiful, perfect. Perfect for how it should be. I love it. I just love it. I mean, that cap is amazing. It just looks so beautiful. I'm just so happy. I am just so happy. I really mean that. I'm just so happy. I'm happy to be in its presence and start working with it today. I'm going to so look forward to working with this. In its natural form, all natural, hard to see. Gorgeous. Oof, look at that. Look at the beautiful curve inside, the curvature there. Isn't that beautiful? Can't tell me these aren't beautiful. These are just stunners. Look at that one. Oh, wow. Look at that. Isn't that good? Look at that. It's a teardrop. Look, it's teardrop in my eye. I got, look. I mean, you can't see. If it was in the sunlight, you'll be blown away. But even not in the sunlight, it's gorgeous. Ooh, it's have a bit of a shark's tooth. Oh, pyramid. Nice. Yeah, I could go on and show you more and more. Is that gorgeous? Wow, so beautiful. So I think there's about 40 pieces here. That's it, 40 pieces of gold, of silver. Right, there you go. Moldavite at its finest. Directly from the Czech Republic. I went in my mobile home, took a wad full of money from the bank. Bank manager was like, "Are you serious?" I'm saying, "Yeah." I went there and bought these special pieces off one of my long-standing dealers over the years. And then I bought three collections of Bajerski's museum pieces, and came back probably one of the most happiest men in the world. I've got to say, I was on a high. But today I'm on a high again. This is just like, I'm on a high again. I'm on a high again. And why am I on a high? When you are in the presence of Moldavite, the only thing I can say is that your energy lifts to a state of not just heightened vibration, not just awareness, but you predominantly feel like it's almost like how you should feel. So you might think, oh, this isn't really like me, but I would say, well, actually, this is me. Before isn't like me. And when I'm with Moldavite, my whole body like freaks. It's like changing it. It's like I get heart palpitations like crazy, and I'm feeling the healing, and like my eyes go weird, and I like, this is the beginning when I'm with it and around it. I'm feeling that now. It's like I can feel the healing work. And the only way I can explain is, if you're a healer and you understand this, when you lie your client down, many times you've got this energetic field that makes the hands, feet, head twitch and move. And yes, it happens when you're asleep as well, or hitting sleep, because you are being healed as well by spirit. That's another story. But when you are blasting energy, the body is starting like healing, and it looks like you're going into spasm, but actually the body's just straightening everything out. And that's what Moldavite does. And Moldavite can give you a huge headache as well. Again, opening up the trauma, the blocks, the issues that you didn't even know you had. And there's many times that you'll hold a piece of Moldavite and just start crying for no reason. And that's a normal, again, escape of negative energy through the power of Moldavite blasting a certain part of the body. You'll end up with pain sometimes, and sometimes you'll be so freaked out that you'll go, "Oh, it's dangerous, it's radioactive." I'm like, well, it isn't. You're just thinking that because the first thing you think is that when you don't know a reaction that's happening to your body, because it's new, your initial reaction is to blame or to start fearing or to say something's wrong. When in actual fact, that's the whole issue with Moldavite and people who get it wrong. Moldavite only is the greatest healer in the world. Moldavite is the only, in my opinion, the greatest powerful connector as talisman to our spirit world and our deep traumas, our nervous system, our immune system, if you believe that, our whole energetic field. It raises the vibration, it strengthens, it blasts, it clears, it jet washes, it does everything to your body that in the end, if you can bear with it and wear it and keep going with it, in the end, you'll look back and say, wow, I feel better. Or that was a strong experience, but I'm actually okay. And of course you are. Breaking news. I've never heard of a Moldavite that killed anybody. A Moldavite never killed anybody, never caused any harm to anybody. It's just like, hey, spirits never killed anybody. I'm more worried about people outside of that door than spirit. And I've worked with spirit. I work with them. I spent 20 years going into houses, talking to spirit trapped in between two worlds. There's nothing to fear, only fear in itself that you've created, or religion's created, or spiritual people who want to scare you so that you don't confront these things, and that they're the only ones who can do it, and then pay them to do it or tell them how amazing they are. Nonsense, absolute nonsense. And it's the same with Moldavite. I bought a piece of Moldavite and it's ruined my life. And how were you before? Oh, don't talk about that. Yeah, you understand. Listen, I've worked with Moldavite since I was 38 years old. The first moment I touched Moldavite, it just literally took me off this world. It just lifted me off this world. And from that moment on, I thought, and I wasn't into any of this. Crystals, yeah, they're nice and all that, but and what? But then soon as Moldavite came into my life, it changed my understanding of energy. It changed my understanding of what a piece of what looks like glass can actually do to your body. So for me, my experience was profound, but maybe it needed to be because I'm a stubborn mule. And I don't believe anything most of the time, and I think everybody's cheating me. And I'm not so sure. Because there's so many scallywags in the world. But I tell you what, you didn't need to say anything. My first mentor just put it in my hand, and I went, "What the hell is this?" And that was it. Nobody really talked about it when I was 38 years old. There was only a pocket full of people talking about it. There was only a few books ever made on it. It's not like talking about other crystals. This was like totally unique. Nobody even heard about it. What's Moldavite? And now it's become probably the most talked about crystal in the world. And a lot of people say to me, oh, you've got a lot to do with it, Mark. This is your fault that the prices have gone up. No, it isn't. It's not my fault at all. I tell you what it is. It's not a fault, really. It's actually a blessing. And it's actually, for me, a confirmation that it works. Because if it didn't work, it wouldn't be the best-selling crystal in the world. And it wouldn't be now 4, 5, 10 times the price that it is. So Moldavite has proven itself. And yeah, you know what? It deserves recognition. And you know what? In part of me, is sad because it's gone so expensive that most people can't afford it. But it is what it is. I can't, most people can't afford gold, and gold is an amazing healer of the body. So yeah, I've probably written 3 books on Moldavite, maybe 4. If I put it all together, it would probably be a trilogy. And every day that I feel from Moldavite, where it's on this one isn't Moldavite, but because I'm just working on this one right now and feeling this one, which is the incredible. Yes, it's incredible. My heart is beating. These two, maybe I'll see. It's just another thought that came to me just then. I keep it to myself and tell you later. So, yeah, back to Moldavite. The stories, the true experiences through children, through adults, through grown men who are stubborn, that placed upon the third eye, worn around the neck, has transformed them and open them up to seeing things that they would never really believe or even think about. So it's a talisman to take us away from this program. And I did say this, you've probably heard me say it. If every single soul on planet Earth wore a piece of Moldavite, the chances are we would be all awake and aware of the possibilities and of how we're being duped every day, because it certainly is that kind of crystal to help you with attunement, heighten your vibration to unbelievable different energy than any other crystal. It heightens you to an awareness. So if you meditate, meditation will be 10 times more powerful. If you do healing work, it will be 10 times more powerful healing work, because the frequency it creates around you is in sync, in line with you. So you vibrate at a higher vibration at whatever you're doing. So if I'm seeing the future, my future is more brighter, more easier to see, and the distance is much further I can see. If I'm doing healing work, it's more intense, more powerful. The opening of my body is so much more clearer, so much more open. I am a vessel that allows more energy to flow through me. My issues are disappearing, so that energy, instead of it being 50% when it comes out of your hand, it becomes 100% out of your hand, because that energy isn't sticking to heal any of your body because you're wearing Moldavite. There is so much I could tell you about Moldavite on so many levels of how it heals, and sometimes it might not be felt for 1 day, 10 days, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, but at one point you will send me a message and say, oh my God, Mark, Jesus Christ, this Moldavite, and I'll go, yeah, I know, I know. But you know, the expectation of Moldavite is such a killer, such a killer. Oh my God, why didn't it work? It should have worked. My expectations have killed it. Don't expect anything, just wear it. Because like anything, if you want to get to that piece of gold in the ground, you've got to bore your way down. And to bore your way down is the hardest thing. And Moldavite is boring its way through you, through the hardest shield that you've protected yourself with over the years. He hurt me, she hurt me, she broke my heart, somebody died, and this happened, and they say nasty things, and you keep putting these walls of brick around you. Well, Moldavite has to penetrate through that, and sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes years. I was lucky enough because I was on a healing path when the Moldavite was put into my hand, and I had just finished 17 sessions, and then my tutor, my mentor said, here, touch this, and I touched it and I lifted, because I'd broken down all of that while I was doing the healing work. So, you know, bear with it. And hey, it could be a fake as well. You could be holding a fake Moldavite. So again, these things are something to think about as well. I dealt with one guy for about 6 years, and he was right in the heart of the Czech Republic, especially half an hour away from Bajerski. And he used to get me beautiful pieces. And I got 3 amazing pieces for a very famous person. I bought them for myself, and then I worked on them. And then this very famous person said, I'd like all 3 pieces. So I sold all these 3 pieces. Anyway, it came about a few years later, and then I ordered a big piece. Apparently there was a big piece available, and it came, and I had it. I don't know how much it was. It was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. But I wanted a big piece again, because I wanted to work with it and work with my clients. And I'm working with it. I'm thinking something just doesn't feel right. Okay? And I don't often talk about this. I don't often say to you guys, listen, if you want to know what a piece of Moldavite, you want to know if it really is genuine, then you've got to hold it in your hand and feel it. Because if you're a real healer, you know the difference. I don't say stuff like that, right? I'm not into that nonsense, right? Yes, it's true. You can feel, but that I'd rather buy from direct, so I know I'm buying from the right source, okay? So ultimately, at that time, I was hearing that there was some stuff going on that I wasn't liking. I'm not liking. Dealers were telling me, be careful. I'm saying, yeah. Anyway, this piece had been with me now about 2 months, and I just kept leaving it. I'm thinking, I should be using this, and I'm not using it, which was strange. And I kept looking at it and feeling it, and then I thought, I'm fighting with myself. Okay, I'm going to send it off. So I sent it off to Barcelona, and it came back and it was fake. Okay, so I sent him a message. I said, where did you get this Moldavite that I bought, please? Where did you get it from? And I said, I said, I've had it tested. I didn't say it was fake, but I said I had it tested. Hello? Anybody there? So even somebody in the Czech Republic can still buy fake from China and then present it to you as original because they're Czech. Well, just be careful. And that was the point when I thought, okay, now you have to be extra vigilant. If the Czech are selling it as fake, then be careful. So I can tell you story after story because I've worked with it. I love it. I hunt for it. There are times that I find people who have collected it because they're into meteorites, and they might have about 30 pieces that they collected over the 20, 30, 40 years, and I buy them all off them. This is what I like to do as well. But the greatest story of all, and I've shared this with you before, and I still think it's the most fascinating story of all. When I was in Bajerski village, it's only a small village, and I parked outside just a little bit above the bus stop there. There's only one bus stop in the village. And I'm in my mobile home, and somebody walks past, and I ended up buying a collection of this young lad's dad, who was a collector of Moldavite. And the story goes in the village that many years ago, I don't know whether it was the Cold War, I never really asked too much details, but there was a kind of war, there was an issue going on there, and there was problems. And anyway, the town hall of Bajerski, and you can get this verified, okay? He wouldn't lie, he's a farmer, he lives in the village, okay? They decided as a community that the Russians had offered them a lump sum of money to basically make the village better, and give them a lump sum to tidy the village, and in exchange for a field. So what they'd do is they'd come and they'd excavate a field. So what happened was there were trucks that were brought in, and they basically shoveled deep down and pulled out all the Moldavite. And all these trucks, there were literally hundreds of trucks driving in and out and going off. And the village got a lump sum of money. This apparently was a true story. Now, where did those Moldavites go? But more importantly, why would the Russians, and we're talking about Russians today, I'm not saying anything negative about them, but the question is, why would the military come and take that? What is it about Moldavite? Eh? There must be something about Moldavite. Even if you don't believe in the esoteric world, if you don't believe in this, why would you just come and take Moldavite back in the, what was it, 60s? I don't know, was it the 60s? Not sure, but interesting, eh? Yes, I could write and I could talk about it for weeks. I could share story after story with Moldavite, how it's helped my clients and what I've seen it do. But in my world of being a crystal healer for 20 years, I can honestly say with my hand on my heart that Moldavite is the most unusual, mystical, and mind and heart and spirit blowing crystal that isn't a crystal, that takes me to new levels of understanding, takes me to new feelings of physical and emotional that no other crystal has ever done. So that's my Moldavite video for you today. I think I've made a few of them. I think I'm probably one of a few people who have talked about Moldavite on YouTube for 4 or 5 years now. And I've loved doing it. I've loved talking about Moldavite. And whenever I see somebody crying, saying it's a terrible thing. I just think really feel for them. I think just keep it on, because if you get through this, you'll have changed. You'll become a higher vibration and more beautiful, and things will feel better, and you'll understand things more. But unfortunately, most people are frightened and they throw it away and don't touch it and say it's bad. Well, if it was bad, guys, me and my thousands of clients who've experienced Moldavite, wouldn't they all be bad? Wouldn't they all have caved? No, the only time you cave is when you're frightened of seeing your future and frightened of what the possibilities are going to be in the change of your spiritual growth with Moldavite. So I think Moldavite is an amazing crystal for everybody. So I'm going to take photos of these now and put them onto my website in the next day or so. I'm also going to spend another 3 or 4 hours on them. I'm going to enjoy them. I'm going to see what I feel and how I grow from them. And I might just keep one. I don't know yet. I don't know. I think I might do. I don't know. Oh, I remember that cost me a fortune when I was there. That particular one, yeah. But they all cost a lot, and they've just gone up and up and up and up and up. It's ridiculous. Now, this is literally thousands upon thousands. If I was to order this from one guy in Germany that I know has some Moldavite, I daren't even tell you how much this would cost me if I went to buy it from a dealer right now for me to then sell it as somebody who sells to the public. It's like, yeah, phenomenal. So I'm going to try and keep the prices as good as possible. This is my last lot. I don't know when I'm going to get any more, but who knows? There's magic in the air. Things might change. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for going to markbajerski.com and buying your authentic crystals, incense, oils and teas. I've loved working with all of them, and I hope you feel the energy within them. Take care. Have a beautiful day.